Right now, millions of Americans are quietly turning down free money from their own employer every single paycheck. It isn't a scam, it isn't a loophole, and it isn't complicated. Yet the money keeps going unclaimed. Every year, workers across this country walk past an estimated $24 billion in free retirement cash. That money has a name most people barely think about, and it's called the Employer 401k Match. So here is the real question this entire video is built around, and it matters far more than it sounds. How much is that missed match actually costing the average American worker over a full career? The answer lands somewhere north of $100,000, and that number is not an exaggeration. To really understand this mistake, it helps to first understand what an employer 401k match actually is. A 401k is simply a retirement account offered through your job, funded straight out of your paycheck. When you put your own money into it, many employers agree to add extra money right on top of yours. That extra money is the match, and the company contributes it purely as a benefit to you. The most common setup in America is a 50% match on the first 6% that you contribute. In plain English, for every dollar you put in, the company drops an extra 50 cents beside it. Another popular version is a dollar-for-dollar match, where the company matches every dollar up to a certain cap. Either way, the pattern is the same, and it's honestly one of the simplest deals in all of finance. You might wonder why any company would ever hand out money like this in the first place. The answer is that a strong match helps businesses attract talent and keep their best people from walking out the door. So the match is a recruiting tool for them, but it works like a genuine gift for you. Both sides win, which is exactly why turning it down makes so little sense once you truly see it. But here is where things start going wrong for a huge slice of the American workforce. A landmark study reviewing millions of retirement accounts found that 1 in 4 workers miss the full match. They contribute something, but they stop short of the cap. Therefore, they leave part of the free money behind. On average, each of those workers walks away from around $1,300 every single year. That is roughly 2.5% of their salary quietly vanishing into thin air. And it hits younger and lower income workers the hardest, which makes the long-term damage even worse. Now, to see why this stings so badly, you have to compare the match to normal investing. On Wall Street, a strong long-term return on the stock market averages around 7% a year. A 50% match, by contrast, is an instant 50% return the very moment your money lands. A dollar-for-dollar match is an instant 100% return before the market even does anything at all. No hedge fund, no hot stock tip, and no crypto coin can reliably promise a guaranteed return like that. Therefore, skipping the match isn't just missing a perk, it's refusing the single best deal in personal finance. But the yearly loss is only the beginning, because the real damage shows up through compounding. Compounding is the process where your money earns returns, and then those returns start earning their own returns too. Let's walk through a realistic example using a worker who earns $60,000 a year. Their employer offers the classic 50% match on the first 6% of their salary. To capture it fully, that worker needs to contribute 6%, which comes out to $3,600. The company then adds 50% on top, dropping in $1,800 of pure free money. Now imagine that same worker skips it and leaves that $1,800 behind, year after year. Invested at roughly 7% annually, that missed match would grow dramatically across an entire career. Over 30 years, that abandoned $1,800 a year balloons into about $170,000. That is $170,000 in retirement gone, simply because the free money got ignored. And remember, that figure comes from just one modest salary and one very average employer match. For higher earners with a dollar-for-dollar match, the missed amount can climb well past $250,000. These numbers assume steady market growth, which is never guaranteed. But the core lesson holds up regardless. Compounding also rewards time, which means the earlier a worker starts, the more powerful the whole effect becomes. A 25-year-old capturing the match has decades for that money to snowball into something enormous. A worker who waits until 40 still benefits, but misses out on some of the strongest growth years. Therefore, the best day to start capturing the match was years ago, and the second best day is today. So if this deal is so obvious, why do so many genuinely smart people still walk right past it? The first reason is a quiet belief that retirement is far away. Therefore, saving can always start later. But every year of skipped match is gone forever, because that free money never rolls over to next year. The second reason is debt, since many workers feel they should clear everything they owe before saving a dime. Yet, turning down a 50% match to chase most ordinary interest rates is usually a losing trade. The third reason is confusion, because the benefits portal at work can feel like a maze of jargon. So people log in once, feel overwhelmed, close the tab, and then quietly never come back to fix it. There is even a fourth trap, where people assume the amounts are simply too small to bother with. But small, consistent contributions are exactly what compounding was designed to reward over the long run. Each excuse feels reasonable in the moment, but together they cost Americans billions of dollars a year. Fixing this mistake, thankfully, is one of the easiest money moves a person can possibly make. The goal is simple. Contribute at least enough to reach the full match your employer offers you. If the match caps at 6%, then contributing 6% unlocks every last dollar of it. Contributing less than that cap means you only collect a fraction of the free money sitting there. Contributing more than the cap is perfectly fine, but the bonus match stops once you hit that cap. So the magic move, at the very minimum, is to reach that full match number first. Here is the exact game plan, broken into 3 simple steps anyone can finish this week. Step 1. Log into your workplace retirement portal and find your current contribution percentage. Step 2. Look up the exact match formula your employer offers inside the plan details. Step 3. Raise your contribution until it at least reaches the full match cap. That's it, and the whole process usually takes less time than ordering lunch. But before anyone celebrates, there is one important catch that every worker needs to understand. That catch is called vesting, and it decides when the employer's money truly becomes yours. Your own contributions always belong to you completely, from the very first day you put them in. The employer's match, however, sometimes comes with a timeline before you fully own that portion. With cliff vesting, you own 0% of the match until a set date, then 100% at once. With graded vesting, you earn ownership gradually, often around 20% for every year you stay. So leaving a job too early can mean forfeiting some or even all of that matched money. Therefore, checking your vesting schedule matters, especially if a job change might be on the horizon. It also helps to know the rules that govern how much money can flow into these accounts. For 2026, workers can contribute up to $24,500 of their own money. Those age 50 and older can add an extra $8,000 as a catch-up contribution. And here is a detail that surprises people. The employer match does not count toward that personal limit. The match sits entirely on top, which means the free money never eats into your own contribution room. For most workers, though, the first and most important target is never the max, it's the match. There is also a question of taxes that trips a lot of first-time savers up. Traditional 401k contributions go in before taxes, which lowers your taxable income for the current year. Roth 401k contributions go in after taxes, but then grow and come out completely tax-free in retirement. The employer match itself has traditionally landed on the pre-tax side, no matter which option you pick. Either way, the match is still free money, and the tax details never change that basic truth. Now, not every worker in America is lucky enough to have an employer match at all. Recent data suggests roughly 4 out of 5 employers offer some kind of match, but not everyone does. If your job offers nothing, a 401k can still be a powerful, tax-advantaged way to build real wealth. But if a match exists and sits there unclaimed, that is a situation worth fixing immediately. Step back for a second and picture the employer match for what it truly is. It is a raise the company already approved, waiting in an account with your name printed on it. Refusing it is a lot like tearing up part of your own paycheck every 2 weeks. No serious investor on earth would turn down a guaranteed 50 to 100% return. Yet millions of hardworking people do exactly that, quietly, without ever realizing the true cost. Think about what $170,000 could actually mean for a future version of you. It could be years of freedom, a paid-off home, or the power to retire without fear. That is the real weight of a decision most people make with almost no thought at all. The good news is that this is one of the rare mistakes you can fix in just minutes. A few clicks today can quietly turn into 6 figures of extra security decades from now. So the free money is sitting there right now waiting inside an account that already belongs to you. And the only real question left is whether this is the day you finally decide to grab it.